first find f dash of x, yes? So now I record this. You don't need to record that.
I got both.
So you got both. All right. So actually, should I first rewrite the function?
Yes.
So that's 4 cos 2x squared. Okay. Now look down. Stay with us, Herrera. I'm going to use the power rule and then the chain rule. So what am I writing for the power rule? 8 cos 2x times negative sine 2x times 2. Okay, next. Rewriting is your friend, so I'm going to rewrite it. What number do I write? Thank you, negative 16. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then cos 2x sine 2x. And then it says at x equals 5 pi over 8. So should I just plug it in? So show the work, show the left hand side. It's 5 pi over 8. Negative 16 cos 2 times 5 pi over 8 sine 2 times 5 pi over 8. Simplify this. So what does the expression really become? Is it 5 pi over 4?
Yes.
And then sine 5 pi over 4. For those of you with weaker trig skills, really pi over 4 is 45 degrees. So it's like 1 pi over 4. Again, so those of you with weaker trig skills, this is 1 pi over 4. This is 3 pi over 4. Basically even numbers. That's 5 pi over 4. That's 7 pi over 4. So we're here. It's important to kind of know that. So is that this guy here?
Yeah.
So is that like 45 degrees? What goes across? What's next to? Radical 2. It's like 1, 1, radical 2. We're just going to read off. What's the cos formula? X over R. So negative 16. 1 over radical 2. Negative 1 over radical 2. And what's sine formula? So it's negative 1 over radical 2. Careful, careful. What's your numerator really? What's your denominator really? Final answer? Negative 8. Slow and steady. You have to be patient. Right? Let's do question 2. And the more you do yourself, the better off you'll be. If you're constantly alone, it doesn't go very well. Okay, question 2 says, find the instantaneous rate of change. And we were going over in BC today, and kids are like, huh? When I say instantaneous rate of change, what am I really asking you to find? The slope. What's another word for slope? The derivative. So I'm just finding the derivative. But that's terminology alert. You must be familiar with different kinds of terminology. So it basically is we're finding the slope of a tangent line to f of x being radical ex plus e negative x. So give me a couple of possibilities. How do I find the derivative?
1 over 2.
Thank you. Can you use the formula? Because that's a radical monkey. Yesterday, the first part of the lesson, first part of the homework was formula review. The radical monkey is 1 over 2 radical monkeys. So we get directly 1 over 2 radical monkey. You could use a power rule, chain rule. That's a different method. And then are we done?
No.
Times the derivative of the inside. What's the derivative of ex?
Yeah.
Ex. Careful. The derivative of e negative x is? Negative e negative x. Let's put a parenthesis. We're done. No, that's it. There's nothing else to be done. That's it. You can rewrite it with that on top, but you're not getting extra points for that. Ex minus e negative x over 2 radical ex plus e negative x. It's the same thing. Okay. All right. Question number 3. Sorry? Go on.
Oh, never mind.
You're okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3, again. The reason we had all this is that you got comfortable with terminology. It says, find the slope of the tangent line. So what am I really asking for? Just the derivative. F of x equals ln x plus 2 cos x. You actually had a question like this on your chapter test. You find the derivative. You don't need to look at it weirdly. It's a simple problem. What's the derivative of ln monkey?
1 over monkey.
1 over monkey. So let's do 1 over monkey. So it's x plus 2 cos x minus ex times 1
1 minus 2.
minus 2 cos x.
Is it?
Oh,
Sine.
sorry, 2 sin x. Sorry. Was it being minus 2 sin x minus ex. Is that clear? But read the question. What else does it say? Add x equals pi. So show the work. F dash of pi. Show the work. So your denominator is pi plus 2 cos pi minus e pi. What's your numerator? 1 minus 2 sin pi minus e pi. Okay, let's go over finding what we need to. What's pi in degrees? 180, is that here? That's negative 1 comma 0. Again, it requires you to have certain skills. What's the sine formula? Y over r. R, the radius of that circle, the distance from the origin is 1. So it's sine of pi. 0. So is your numerator really minus e pi? That's 0. Over. Now that we have that, what's cos of pi? Negative 1. So it's pi minus 2 minus e pi. It looks weird, but that's okay. In a multiple choice question, that would be the choice. Cos pi, x over r. X over radius is 1. This is negative 1. 2 times negative 1 is negative. Okay. That's it. Leave it alone. We'll skip number 4. We'll go to number 5. Oh, you have the mouse. Operate the mouse. Scroll down. Scroll down. Okay. We'll do number 5. It says find f dash of x at x equals 1/4 if f of x equals 4 cos inverse 2x. By the way, how many of you actually bothered to open up Ms. Manrique's solutions? Remember I sent an email? You saw? You see how neatly she writes? And Lenore. And Helen, I mean, those girls. I sent an email yesterday. It was important.
She must spend so much time.
Yeah. No, but I asked Ms. Manrique and Lenore. They say it takes them an hour, hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, just regular. Okay, so I said, this was the email. I said, if you want to know why Ms. Lenore and Manrique have the highest test scores, one chief reason is the quality of their work. See the attachment. Every one of you should. They don't skip steps. They show all their work the way I do it. Some of you skip. You're too cocky for your own good. They show all their work. They demonstrate relationships, formulas, equations. They're ultra organized and methodical and systematic in how they approach the problem. They show the left-hand side formally. They don't have just dangling right-hand sides. What's being asked, and then proceed to find the right-hand side. They're patient and not looking at the clock. Ms. Manrique actually, she wrote me a cute email. She said, Mr. Ramaswamy, I read all your emails and they always make me laugh. And then she said, the reason, and now you remember that email. I said, Ms. Manrique is not very smart actually. Remember that email? So I wrote an email saying Ms. Manrique is actually not very bright. She's just insanely hardworking. And then it was meant as a joke, but she wrote to me saying, that's actually true, but actually no, she is very bright. I taught her pre-calc honors. She was blazingly smart. She would figure out problems that nobody else could. Anyway, but she's very humble. So she said, she confesses, Ramaswamy, that's actually true. I don't think I'm very smart, but I just do every single problem, every single day. And she says, the other thing is I'm patient and I don't look at the clock. I will do the homework as long as it takes, and for every subject. Because there are kids who will say, but I need to get to AP Bio. Yeah, but finish your math homework. All right? But the reason, and I may have said this before, I'll say it again because it's important. The reason some of you take an inordinately long time in the homework is because you're not doing it every day. If you do it every day, like I asked Franco yesterday, and she said, actually it took exactly an hour. This is a college level class, an hour of homework is very, very typical. And you remember I showed you even the college syllabus. You required about 12 to 15 hours a week. That's like 2.5 hours a day of math. So for a college level class, I expect about 1 hour. That's nothing. So those of you who slack off, it's like, it doesn't go very well. And then the most important thing, they don't scribble haphazardly. They don't write all over the place. But that sort of thing is a habit. It doesn't happen on test day alone. So let me show you how they write. This is Ms. Manrique. Look how organized. Look at it. And again, the key thing is this. The key thing is this. You may say that must take a very long time. Okay, like that. I've asked Manrique repeatedly. She says an hour and 10. Okay, but the key thing is, can you see? She's just showing work. She shows every step. She does not skip steps. See, she's plotting it. She's a BC student, but she does show all the work. She's not like pulling it up from her head. She shows and that's an MSEC problem, so she shows all the work. And that's true for any sheet. Look up any sheet, that's how she does it. And that's the difference. It isn't that she's insanely bright. She really isn't. Okay, the same thing with last year. Like many of the kids that went to UCLA, like say Jacqueline No or Maya Al-Jahari, they're just very organized with their work. They don't skip steps, they don't jump around, they don't write all over the place. They just go downwards organizedly. They show every step. And that's what I'm modeling you. So if you do the homework the way you're in class, you should be fine. We do that here. Okay, let me just illustrate this. Look at the time. The time is like 11:01, all right? The time is 11:01. We'll do this problem from start to finish, not in a rush. And you'll see how long it takes. In case you think, but it should take a long, it won't. I'll just show every step, okay? We're finding f dash. Who, if anybody, remembers the cos inverse monkey formula? Negative 1 over. Sine inverse is 1 over. Cos inverse is negative 1 over. So the 4 stays. So I'll just put 4. 1 over radical 1 minus, negative 1 over. 1 minus 2x squared times 2, the derivative of the monkey, which is 2. Okay, I'm going to rewrite it. Rewriting is your friend. What's your numerator really? Negative 8 over radical 1 minus 4x squared. Okay, I'm not doing clever algebra. What do we just do next step? Plug in 1, 4. Plug in 1, 4. So f dash of 1. See, I'm showing the step. I don't just plug in 1, 4 there. No, I show the left hand side. That's what I mean by show the left hand side. So negative 8 radical 1 minus 4 times. What's 1/4 squared? 1/16. So what does that fraction really become? 1/4. I will rewrite. I will not skip and scribble that in. 1 minus 1/4. Okay, now we can use a fraction trick. Look down. What's 1 minus 1/4? 3/4. I will write that down. Negative 8 over radical of 3/4. And in the last step, this is algebra. What's square root of 3/4?
Square root 3 over 2.
And how do we always divide fractions? Do it yourself, send me the final answer. Multiply the reciprocal.
Negative 6 over root 3.
Okay, check if you got that. See, do we take 2 minutes? 1.5 minutes? Okay? Again, you don't, Manrique is not taking 2 hours to do that. You can be neat and still get it done, show every step. Alright?
Color codes.
And she calculates the features. Same thing with my IM3 kids. My IM3 kids get a fair amount of homework. The kids say it takes them around an hour. The girls are like color coded, write with colorful pens, and all that kind of crap. Okay. Let's do 8. Let's jump to 8, please. Linear approximation. We did a question like this yesterday. We're getting practice. So you can just write on 8. It's okay. So it says f of x equals cube root of negative 2 minus 3x at x equals 2. So what are they really giving you that? A equals 2. It then says estimate f of 2.01. Is that clear? What do we do first? Write the formula. So f of x equals plus parentheses. Okay, we did this yesterday, we'll do it again. Should we plug in A immediately? So you know what to find. Because otherwise you're just staring at the thing, what's going on? So what do I need to find first?
F2.
Okay, look down, find it yourself. Slow and steady. You have the time. What do we get? which is cube root of negative 8. Okay, negative 2. What else do we find first? Of x. Let's find f dash of x. Is that to the power of 1/3? So you use power rule, chain rule. So it's 1/3 negative 2 minus 3x to the power of negative 2/3 times negative 3. I'm going to rewrite. Oh, by the way, do the 3's cancel?
Yeah.
So what's my top? Really? What's my bottom? Negative 2 minus 3x to the power of 2/3. What do I need to find next? F dash of 2, plug in, show the work. F dash of 2, I need to write the left hand side. So it's negative 1 over negative 2 minus 3 times 2, 2/3. Okay, let me guide you. What's negative 2 minus 6? Okay, now let me help you. What's the cube root of negative 8? Now square it. So what's your slope really? Negative 1/4. Show every step. Now can we just plug it in? So we have equals f of 2, which is negative 2, plus f dash of 2, or minus 1/4 x minus 2. And what do we just do last step? It says approximate f of 2.01. So f of 2.01 is approximately negative 2 minus 1/4. We can do this in our heads. What's 2.01 minus 2? 0.01, which is really
1/100.
1/100. So the denominator is really 400. Can we use the fraction trick? What's your final answer really? Negative 801 over 400. Ask me. Ask me.
Isn't it plus 1/4?
Where?
Plus 1/4?
It's cube root.
Cube root.
Negative 2.
There was a negative 1 on top, miss.
Oh, okay.
So the bottom is 4.
Yeah, the bottom was 4, but the top was negative 1. Okay? Now, you guys are not aware of it. I was timing myself. It took 2.5 minutes. Were we in a rush?
No.
No? The other thing I strongly encourage you to do, and you may not have ever thought of it before, try to do your homework without interruptions. I'm okay if you have like one interruption, as in you get up, get something to eat, and come back, or something like that. But if you're interrupting yourself all the time, I'm going to say something profound. Everybody, put your pencils down, look at me. Assume for a second you interrupt yourself to watch a stupid cat video or whatever. Or you get up, chat, text your friend, come back. Okay, here's something profound. Do you understand that every time you kind of sit down from scratch, the human mind has to kick into gear and say, okay, what's going on now? But if you do it as much as possible without interruptions, you're still in the mode, okay, I'm just finding one derivative out of now. How many of you understand what I'm trying to say? You have to come back into the mode of math thinking. So you're kind of, in psychology, they call it the learning curve. So when you're using the word like in the zone, you're like, okay, going fast.
In this zone.
But when you're not in the zone and you have interruptions, you're going to come back. So it's like this, like again, then like this. In terms of productivity. For the sake of productivity, do the homework. Maybe at most 2 interruptions, but maybe for the most part 1 interruption to kind of take a break. All right? You'll be faster. Okay, let's do number 9, please. Weird looking problem, but that's actually easy.
Which problem?
Number 9. So it says if f of negative 1 is 2, f dash of negative 1 is negative 1/3, use a linear approximation to estimate f of negative 0.9. So what is it? Negative 0.9? The x value. Okay, let's then be smart. If that's the x value, what should the a value be? Negative 1. Well, that's that guy that giving us. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So I've said this before, I'll say it again. The a guy is always a nice guy. The x value is the weird guy. Is that clear? So number 9, I'll write the formula. So f of x equals f of a plus f dash of a x minus a. So make a note, a is negative 1. And then x is negative 0.1. Okay, let's plug it in. So that's f of negative 1 plus f dash of negative 1. X plus 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, guys, it's a stupid problem. They give us everything. What's f of negative 1 given to be? 2 plus. What's f dash of negative 1 given to be? Negative 1/3. It's plus 1. That's it. And then last step, plug in negative 0.9. 2 minus 1/3. You can do this in your head. What's negative 0.9 plus 1? 0.1, which is really 1/10. So your denominator is really 30. Final answer. Just 59/30. Where's the negative coming from? The city minus 1. Yeah? Okay, it says use the table. We've done tons of these problems. Okay, we're doing chain rule questions. Take down the function. I'll screw up at the right spot. Okay, copy down h of x. Again, the AB time limit is about 2.5 minutes per question. If you're taking an inordinately long time, it means your concepts are weak. It says find the equation of the tangent line of h of x at x equals negative 1. What are the two things we need to write the equation of line? So, as far as point goes, what am I asked to find? Read the question. What am I asked to find for point? H of negative 1. Very good. I just need h of negative 1. Should you just plug it in?
Yeah.
Is that f of g of, careful, it's negative 1. G of 6. Okay. Negative 1 squared. 1, 3 plus 2 plus 1. Is that clear? Now can we just read the table?
Yeah.
Okay. Observe it's a vertical table. What's g of 6? 3. So what crosses out right 3? But what do we need really? Which is 8. Okay, now I'm showing you the difference between Manrike and non-Manrike kids. Manrike would do this. If the point is negative 1, because I needed a point. She won't just leave it there. This sets the tone like, okay, I need a point. So later on I'm plugging in, I'm not searching for it. Is that clear?
Yeah.
What do I need next? The slope. So do I need h dash of x first? Okay. Should we use the chain rule? Okay, slow and steady. Tell me what to write. F dash of g of 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 times g dash of 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. Is that it? Times 6x minus 2. Where's Nava? Look at Nava, he's like posing. Do me a favor, Nava, you have privileges on my laptop. Can you take attendance? So, oh, Sanchez is here. I was going to mark Sanchez absent. Oh my God, I was afraid. Like, man, Sanchez is again absent? Because I care about Sanchez. Don't get me wrong. I care about Sanchez after Marzuk. So Marzuk, it's okay. She's like, oh my God, really? You care about Sanchez? What about me? No, after Marzuk. So just go to attendance, go to period 2, play around. No, sorry, period 4, play around. It's Miss DeLeon. You know, I'm an idiot. Okay. And now, guys, should we plug in the negative 1? So show the work. Show the work. And that's f dash of g of, we already did the work earlier, right? Was it 6? Times g dash of 6 times negative 8. Yeah. Okay. Now can we just read off the table? Okay.
Yes.
Let's read the table. First we need g of 6, which is 3.
Which is dash.
Now careful, we need f dash of 3. 7, write that down, times g dash of 6. Negative 1 times negative 8. Final answer? 56. But what does the question ask for?
What's the
Equation.
equation?
So y
minus 8
equals
56 parentheses x plus.
That's it. Slow and steady chain rule. Let's do another question. We did a one like this yesterday, but we're going over it again. So it says, if W of x equals G of 2x over radical x. Oh, while you're there now, go to gradebook, top left, left column. When you finish, go to gradebook, go to period 1. Okay, there are two kids whose test scores are absent. One is called Lenore. On the last test, she got a perfect score. I think it was a 44. You tell me which test score is blank, and I'll tell you what to fill in, correct? And the same thing, same test, Arroyo. I think the name of the test was application of the derivatives. Now, Miss, what's her name?
Chapter test on something.
On applications of derivatives. That should be the name. It should be a blank. But I think Ms. Nazgar made an error. There are two tests that say application of derivatives. So it's basically the one that has a blank, all right? What does the score say on top? Out of 4?
44.
44? Yeah, Lena got a perfect score. So put in a 44. And then Mr. Arroyo got a 28. Okay? Okay. Guys, write this down. So W of x, we're doing number 11, equals G of 2x over radical x. And the question says find W dash of 1. So what should I find first? Thank you, W dash of x. Then you plug in the 1. So what concept am I using? Quotient rule, it's okay. What am I writing in the denominator? Just x, smart kids, because radical x squared is x. So top left is radical x times, guys, chain rule. G dash of 2x times 2. Very good. Chain rule. Minus G of 2x times 1 over 2 radical x. I know it looks weird, but that's okay. It'll work itself out very quickly. Because what are we really plugging in? 1. It'll vanish. So do show W dash of 1. Don't just say, what are we writing for the first term? Or do we need to write?
No.
G dash of 2 times 2 minus G of over 2 times 1 over 2?
Yeah.
Square root of 1. All over 1. Now let's just plug in. What's G dash of 2? 0. Right? So I'll write here 0 times 2 minus, what's G of 2? Negative 3, careful, over 2, all over 1. So look down. So what's your final answer? Positive 3 over 2?
Yes.
Yes, this collapses, 2 negatives make positive. Check if you got positive 3 over 2. Oh, this fool girl is absent too, Miss Rios. You got him?
Says she's sick.
Whatever. At Disneyland, she's sick. At Disneyland. Okay, guys. Mr. Ramaswamy, I was just throwing up all the time. You know how scary those rides are? Guys, question number 12. Okay, many kids have trouble with this concept, so I'm going to go over it slowly and carefully. So write down the topic. Copy down 12, or rather, pay attention to 12, and write down derivative of an inverse. Even BC kids struggle with this. So derivative of inverse, which is basically f inverse of x.
1 over.
Huh?
1 over.
F dash. So here's the formula. So f inverse of x dash, that's your left hand side. If I say find the derivative of the inverse. Or you may also choose to write this way, and that's acceptable too. F inverse dash of x. Both are equal, and I'm telling you, that's the left hand side. Either of these on the left hand side equals, here's the formula, 1 over f dash of x. And write x equals. So that's the formula, f dash of x, but I don't know what the x is. Okay? So now let me show you how to do the problem. So we're doing 12. 12 says, find the derivative of the inverse of g. Do you understand that means g inverse? Okay? But it says find the derivative. So I'm going to slow down and interpret the problem exactly the way it's written. So what's this? G inverse of x dash, is that clear? look at the board so you understand why I'm writing what I'm doing. Find the derivative of the inverse of g.
Okay.
So I'm writing the left hand side. Equals, I'll write the formula. 1 over g dash of x. Add x being something, I need to find the x value. Now read the question. It says at x equals 2. The most common error students make is they think, we need to plug that in. No. That 2 lies on the inverse. So make a note to yourselves. So g inverse, you have x equals 2. So if you remember your pre-calculus, on g, because I need g, can you see what's going on? I need the x value on g.
Yeah.
I'm going to write something, look at the board and say, oh yeah, that's 2. Y equals 2. So on the g function, y equals 2. But I'm not done. I need to find the x value still. But let me show you how to find it. Let's look at the table. On g, okay, look here. We don't care about f at all. F is not even relevant. We just focus on g. On g, the y value is 2. Is that guy there? You need to know how to read the table. On g, the y value is 2. But we need the x value. Can you see there's a blank there? We need the x value. What's the x value? 1. Then finally we need g dash. What's g dash? 8. So put a 1 here. Final answer, 1 over 8. You have to slow down and think through what's being asked.
2.
Okay.
I think that's a 1. Okay, yeah.
So then,
Okay, so once again, the y value on g is 2. Okay?
Yes.
But we need the x value to plug in. That's what we want. We need g dash of 1.
okay, so if it was, let's just say it was,
Relax. I'll just make up another problem rather than if you. Let's just make up another
Yeah.
problem. Yeah. Write down 12b. Okay, just write down 12b. Okay. Because if a comma b lies on original and b comma a lies on the inverse and vice versa. Okay. 12b. Find the slope of f of x. F inverse of x at x equals, say, 8. What's another word for slope? The derivative. Okay, so I'll write the left hand side. F inverse of x dash equals 1 over f dash of x, with x unknown yet. But please understand, this is x equal to 8 on the inverse function. So y equals 8 on the original function. The original function f, y should be 8. Now let's read the table. Y equals 8 on the original function.
Okay.
So what should the x value be? 3. Therefore, what should the slope be? 7. Final answer? 1 over 7. That's so easy. Relax, we'll do more problems like that. Okay, let's go to a regular problem. Copy down 13, please. You had questions like this in your chapter test. You had one question like that. Mr. Afanan, bad news. This pen is running out. So I gotta replace
there
it.
was like a pack of 4.
Yeah, the other ones are like green. Kids at the back can't see green, man.
Oh, there was a blue one. Actually, it was 2 blacks.
A blue. It like sounds vaguely racist.
No. I meant like the. Like the part.
But you do know that I can only write with this.
Why?
Because once you go black, actually my old gag, my better gag was this. My better gag is this. I only wear orange. Okay, this is a very advanced joke. Because orange is the new black. And once you go black, can you see this is a Latin joke.
Wait, like the Netflix show?
Yeah, that's the joke. That's how the joke works. Orange is the new black.
I watched the first scene and then my mom got mad.
Okay, have a look please. Read the question with me. So it says, there's a question virtually identical to this on your chapter test. The question says, find the point on the function that is parallel to that line. So what should we do then? The slopes are the same, they're parallel. The slope of this should be the same as the slope of that because they're parallel. Okay. So what's another word for slope? Derivative. So first I'll find the derivative of f of x, which is bottom Okay. Top left, it helps with parentheses. Times, minus, parentheses, times. Okay, open that up without making mistakes. Do the trick I showed you yesterday, like this. Look. Then simplify. Use the trick I taught you yesterday. Simplify on top first before you do the bottom. Top left. Top right. 6x minus 9. Now use the negative sign. So it's 6x plus 2. Rewriting is your friend. Careful. Minus 6x. Can you see? You're less likely to make mistakes this way. Over 3x plus 1 whole square. Will the 6x cancel? So is it 11 over 3x plus 1 whole square? What do I do next? Find
the derivative.
Find the slope of that guy, because they're parallel, the slopes should be the same. What's the slope of x? 1 minus 11y dash. Be smart, yeah. That was the trick I showed you. You need to solve for y, is that clear? That's like middle school now. Equals 0. Therefore y dash equals 1 over 11. What do I do last step?
Set equal to each other.
Set them equal to
Each other.
each other. Thank you. 1 over 11. Okay, because they're parallel. Can we cross multiply?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, keep the variable on the left hand side. So 3x plus 1 whole square equals 121. Or okay. What do I do next step? Algebra.
You do the root. Find the root.
Okay, now careful. What should I not forget to write? Plus or minus. That's why some of you lost points on the chapter test. You just wrote plus, or just left it alone. So 3x plus 1 equals plus or minus 11. Let's make two branches. 3x plus 1 equals 11. 3x plus 1 equals negative 11. Solve them yourself, send me what you get.
You're just going to leave it as 11 squared, huh? 11 squared.
I got x equals 10 over 3.
Okay, and what is the other way? Careful.
Negative 6.
Ah! Now, when you become a teacher, ah! What are you doing now? Ah!
I got
Okay, last step. Should we plug those in? Because it says find the point. Okay, let's. I'll do the fraction guy, you guys do the other one. But we'll do the fraction one together. F of 10 thirds, which is 2 times 10 thirds minus 3 over 3 times 10 thirds plus 1. Use the fraction trick, simplify. So what's your numerator? Use the fraction trick. What's your numerator?
Oh, I thought I was doing the number 4.
What do we get? 11 over 3?
Yes.
What's your denominator? It is 11. Final answer? Do it. You're supposedly calculus students. You should be add numbers, multiply numbers, subtract numbers. Final answer? 1 over 3. Multiply the reciprocal, you should get 1 over 3. You shouldn't have to wait for me to do basic arithmetic.
The other point is 1.
Oh yeah, the other point should be plugging negative 4.
Yeah, you get
2 times negative 4, negative 8 minus 11. Negative 11, negative 11. Was it 1?
It was, yeah.
Yeah? So let's write the points. So the point was 10 thirds, comma 1 third, and negative 4, comma 1.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
How did you get 1 over 3?
Wow.
Multiply the reciprocal. Do it. Look down and work the math. If you have trouble, ask your youngest brother or sister. They will help you.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go to 14, please. Everybody will go to 14. Okay, I will show you the wrong way to do the problem. Let's see who can correct me. Okay, it says find the slope. Avna is really dying out now. You need to do something.
I'm going to Walmart today anyway, so.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let me try to make the pen from there. I'm sure I don't hit them out.
Wait.
Oh!
That was
so close. That's pretty good, huh?
That's pretty good. Yeah.
My God. It's like.
You're like the next Kobe Bryant.
What? Kobe Bryant is the next Ramaswamy. Get it right. All right. Let me show you the wrong way to do it. Nobody writes. I'm just showing you the wrong way. So f dash of x equals, oh, I get it. So radical x sine x to the power of radical x minus 1. Now this is the absolute wrong way. Not even close to being right.
And you forgot cheating.
It is so wrong, I don't even know how to complete it. Okay. Who, if anybody, remembers the correct way to do the problem, I'll give you a hint. The power is a function. So how do we do questions if the power is a function? Anybody? Does anybody remember?
It's been a while.
Okay, Mr. Nawa.
LNs.
Take log, it's logarithm differentiation.
Oh.
So make a note to yourselves, please. If the power is a function, take ln's of both sides. That's the correct way to do the problem. And the answer will just magically show up. Okay, it just doesn't work the problem. So I'll take ln of f of x, or just f, equals ln sine x to the power of radical x. Now observe the pre-calculus. See if the pre-calculus comes back. Can I use the power rule and bring the radical x in front? Draw the arrows, it comes back. So it really is radical x dot ln sine x. Why is that important? Therefore, the next step, what am I really doing? The product. There's a product involved. The left-hand side is ln f of x. Okay, now I'm going to take the derivative of both sides. Is that clear? At this stage, I'm going to take the derivative of both sides. Careful. Who can tell me what the derivative of ln f is?
1 over f times f dash.
Hernandez, see, you're a bright guy. That's a conversation I had. You call out virtually every answer. And then a test, it's like, what the hell? You need the practice, man. You need the practice. Okay? One over f times f. No, he's a bright fellow.
No, it's because you call him Hernandez.
Isn't he?
Mendoza.
No, Hernandez.
Oh,
I mean
Brian
Hernandez.
said it.
Ha, the joke's on you. That's
Brian-
Mendoza.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
but he
Brian
said
said
it.
it.
Brian said it.
Either Hernandez said it.
No, Mendoza said it.
You did not say it? I just take that back. Everything.
It was
No, the joke's on Hernandez. The joke's not on me, it's on Hernandez. Because I just called him a bright fellow. I have to take it back. Okay. Careful. Okay, thank you, Mr. Mendoza. Okay, 1 over f dash. Okay, now careful. I'm going to use the product rule. Okay, keep the first guy fixed. Careful. What's the derivative of ln monkey? 1 over sine x times cos x. Change rule. Okay, plus, keep the second guy fixed, which is ln sine x. I know it looks weird, that's okay. Times, is it 1 over 2 radical x? Okay, I'm just going to rewrite it. Rewriting is your friend. So, radical x cos x over sine x. Is that clear? Plus ln sine x over 2 radical x. That was 1 over f dash. Keep the goal in mind. My goal is to solve for f dash. Is that clear?
Yeah.
What did I just do last step? Thank you. Multiply by f. Is that clear?
Yeah.
I'm going to use a different pen so you can see the board carefully. That was a joke. I used to use blue. So I'm going to multiply both sides by f. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Multiply in the front. So can you see that will cancel?
Yeah.
So final answer, relax, I'm writing on top. So final answer, f dash equals f, and isn't f the function?
Yeah.
So plug that in. So it's sine x to the power of radical x. Big brackets, that whole crazy guy. Radical x cos x over sine x plus ln sine x over 2